Hi friend, thanks for joining me for another video blog. Let's talk more about joy in movement. And I think this topic, it's so close to my heart these days because I had lost a lot of my joy. I lost my joy training people. I lost my joy training myself, working out myself. I just had some, rough times, let's just put that way. So because I'm speaking particularly about moving your body to have fun, to feel playful, and at the same time to help you to be stronger, to help you to age better. There's so many benefits of exercising in any form, any type of movement. So I'm not here particularly to say you need to do strength training, even though I highly recommend, especially if you're over 40 years old, I would say over 30. But I'm gonna be gracious and say, if you're above 40 years old, strength training should be part of your routine. That's all I'm talking about today. I wanna talk about movement in general. That it's fun, it's joyful, it's playful. So for example, what I have found lately for me that brings me tremendous joy, it's working out with the Viper. You've seen me in the park, working with this fun device here called Viper. Comes in different weights. And it's just a great exercise tool, and this is what gives me joy right now. So when I'm working with the Viper, I have fun, I'm outside, I'm getting stronger, I'm training my core, I'm training mobility, stability, strength, endurance, everything, and it's fun. I'm outside with my dog, and you might say, but Alex, I don't have the Viper, so what should I use? Do things that bring you joy. If bands bring you joy, they're fun for you, and that's what you have available right now. Use the band. You like TRX? Use the TRX. You love weights? I love weights. I still love the traditional dumbbell. So usually I combine dumbbells and the Viper in my workouts. So I'm here today to maybe just remind you, or maybe this video will be really good for somebody in your family or one of your friends, of why we move our bodies, why movement is so important. Movement is life. Movement is a way that our brains, that our bodies have to encourage us to participate in life. Through movement, we work, we create, we play, we interact, right? So think about all these things. We engage in life. So we can summarize all these words in one word: experience. That's how we get to enjoy life, by experiencing feelings, sensations. And in this particular case, I'm talking about joy, but I can also speak about anxiety, about depression, which exercise has been proved to really help people getting off their medications and start finding more vitality, more energy, more passion, and more joy in life through exercise. Why? You all know well that through exercise, through movement, your brain releases those chemicals that make you feel good. Like what? Endorphins, dopamine, adrenaline, endocannabinoids. Yes, cannabinoids. The same chemicals that you get if you use cannabis, the cannabis plant. So besides that, when you exercise, you have a release of another chemical in your brain called BDNF. Okay? Brain derivative neurotropic factor. That's just translate that very complicated word into brain growth hormone. It helps your brain cells to regenerate and grow. So in these days that we're so concerned about inflammation in the brain that can create Alzheimer's, can create dementia, right? Develop is a better word here. And it takes years, and sometimes we don't know because we don't have any symptoms when we have those diseases, just like cancer and some heart conditions. So a lot of these diseases are created in our bodies by inflammation. They're silenced, and by the time we discover, by the time we have a symptom, sometimes it's too late to reverse. So through exercise and of course a healthy diet, engage in life in activities that you love, that's called happiness, right? Through your lifestyle, by controlling your lifestyle, you have the ability to prevent inflammation and therefore prevent all these diseases that are being treated so much, that have skyrocketed in the last 20 years, that are all originated by inflammation. So I'm here as a reminder how important exercise is to control blood sugar, to prevent inflammation, and therefore prevent chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, even cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, right? It's going to improve your memory. So there are many, many reasons to move. So if you're having a hard time, if like me, you lost some of your joy moving, like I did in my past, find something that brings you a little bit of enthusiasm and excitement. Might be hiking right now. Might be playing frisbee with your dog, running in the park with your dog or with your kids. Might be dancing. Just put the music in your living room and start dancing. Might be that you love doing pull-ups and push-ups. There's a phase that's all I did, pull-ups and push-ups. That's what I love to do in the gym. You love skiing. Well, it's summer right now, so find something that you can do in the summer. Play volleyball, play basketball. Just remember, like when you were a kid, what did you like doing? I used to love playing volleyball. So sometimes I just grab the volleyball and toss in the wall and play a little bit, right? So think of the things that make you, happy when it comes to movement. There's so many ways to move our bodies. We move our bodies for vitality, for energy, right? To increase your life force. You might want to move your body to improve strength, endurance, agility, coordination, performance. Maybe you're a recreational athlete. You can also move your body to cause emotional release. Like when I work with clients, I work with a couple clients, I always have a conversation with them before my session to see what emotional state they are. If they are in a state of anxiety, I'm going to give them movements to help to release the anxiety. If they're feeling heavy heart because they are having some trouble at home, going through, separations, divorce, breakups, whatever that is, I'm going to provide different kinds of movements for them to move that sadness, that depression. So movement moves our emotions. Think of the word emotion, energy in motion. So there's so many reasons that we can use, or so many things we can use exercise for in order to help us. What else? Exercise, movement help us to build confidence through our physical strength, help us to build more courage, because all of a sudden we do something that we thought we wouldn't be able to do it. And through training, through progression, through periodization, we get to do something that maybe is running a marathon, maybe a half marathon, maybe it's just being able to get to the top of a 14er in Colorado with your family. Whatever that is, it builds courage. And most important, builds community, builds connection. If you start playing with others, like finding friends to go mountain bike with, and that creates connection. So I don't ride my bike up the mountains anymore to be the first one on the mountain. I don't compete any longer. So for me, movement is about joy and about connections right now. That's what it is for me. Maybe for you, it's for performance right now. Maybe for you, is to lose weight. Whatever that is, find a cause, find that vision, that dream that will connect to your exercise routine, and therefore you feel encouraged to move your body every single day. And think about longevity. There's no better thing to help us to age well than exercise, good food, sleep, and again, joy, happiness. Do things that excite you, things that bring enthusiasm in your life. And I know some people right now, as always, but right now are struggling. They're struggling with depression, they're struggling with anxiety, they're struggling maybe with, being overweight, and they need to do all the work, right? The physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual work. Because in our healing process, in our transformation process, we're working all the fours. And I always say, if you're going to start, you start with the physical. Start with the physical, which means exercise, diet, sleep, breath work. And then we start working the mindset, changing some beliefs, reframing some thoughts, work on your values, and then we move to emotional release, letting go past traumas, letting go all negative emotions that get trapped in your body, like anger, sadness. And then we go to the top level, the spiritual work, which teach us how to connect with our hearts and also to the non-physical world. So it's like a big journey, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. That's why when I work with clients, they go through a whole hour interview with me to make sure they want to work all those 4 levels, so I can train their soul, body, mind, spirit, always. So I know this was, a long conversation about joy in movement. I just want to, again, be here to remind you why movement is so important. And don't complicate life. If your life is feeling very complex right now because you got a lot going on, start simple. Just find a type of movement that gives you joy. It might be 15, 20. I recommend that you do at least 20 minutes every day, from like easy, and then start increasing to moderate to more vigorous exercises, so you can sweat, you can raise your heart rate. The reasons why we want to do some high intensity training at times, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here really to talk about move your body, do anything that is joyful, that feels playful, that promotes movement. If it's hiking, if it's jump roping, if it's dancing, yoga, Viper, dance, TRX, CrossFit, whatever that is. So if there's anybody in your circle or in your family that is having a hard time getting the motivation to exercise, send this video to them. Maybe when they start really connecting the dots between exercise, joy, low inflammation levels, cancer, longevity, vitality, right? If they connect the dots, maybe they will find the motivation to start moving the body. And if it can help you in any way, answer any question, or you want to get in my waiting list, I'm accepting clients now for the fall. I only train 2 to 3 clients at a time, and the rest of my schedule is dedicated to life coaching. So if you're interested in getting my schedule for the fall, means October, you can shoot me a message and we'll have a conversation to see if we are the right match, and if I can support you in any way. Thank you so much. Go out, move your body. It's summertime. Go play, go have joy, because the more joy you have, the more you're going to have. It gets amplified. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah.